Deputy Michael McNamara, 4 minutes.
Thank you, Lescan Corla. It is right that Dáil Éireann should mark the 15th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. I suppose there are certain monumentous events that one lives through in one's life, and I will never forget where I was on the 31st of August 1994. I was in a campsite in Munich with a good friend of mine from Castlederrig when the news came through. And I would then, as now, commend the IRA for having the courage to abandon violence. Turning back to the Good Friday Agreement, which was the culmination of that ceasefire, this government has already marked the anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. The Taoiseach, then Minister for Foreign Affairs, Labour Party leader Eamon Gilmore, recently visited Belfast to mark the occasion. There he met with local party leaders and the British Secretary of State. The Labour Party has a proud history, going back to the creation of the agreement itself. We were in government during the signing of the Anglo-Irish Agreement in 1985, and Dick Spring, as Taoiseach, then Minister for Foreign Affairs, had a crucial role in the development of the peace process and the ceasefire of 1994, which I mentioned. We never played politics with that process, nor do we intend to. In opposition, we wholeheartedly supported the referendum on the agreement in 1998, and we supported successive Irish governments in their efforts to establish the institutions and to create a peaceful Northern Ireland. Now in government ourselves, the Labour Party continues to support the full implementation of the agreement as the basis of our approach on Northern Ireland. I myself attended the inaugural meeting of the North-South Parliamentary Partnership meeting, which was held in the Shannon Chamber. The motion before us this evening is from Sinn Féin, which asks us to consider the outstanding elements of the agreement yet to be implemented. Yes, the two governments, as the co-guarantors of the agreement, have a responsibility here. That's why Eamon Gilmore is spending a significant amount of his time meeting his British counterpart, and why our ministers play an active and engaged role in the North-South Ministerial Council, along with members of the Northern Ireland Executive. Yes, we do need a Bill of Rights for Northern Ireland. The quasi-incorporation of the European Convention on Human Rights into law here, which mirrored a similar process in Britain, or in the entirety of the United Kingdom rather, was a positive step towards developing a Bill of Rights which was universal across these islands. But indeed a full Bill of Rights is outstanding, and yes, it does need to be implemented. However, in considering this motion, I would ask its authors to outline and examine what they have done to advance this, because it's very clear that we all of us on this island and on these islands have a duty to work the Good Friday Agreement. The Assembly and Executive were suspended in Northern Ireland from 2002 to 2007. Since then, Sinn Féin have been in government in Northern Ireland with 5 ministers in the Executive. In that time, there has been a failure to expand the remit of North-South bodies. There's been a failure to establish the Executive's review, even, of North-South institutions.
Just 1 minute remaining.
And, unfortunately, there has been a failure to convince unionists in any meaningful way that North-South bodies should be expanded and allowed many of them to remain on the care and maintenance footing that they were put on during the suspension. Instead of seeking to develop these North-South bodies, people have jumped towards talking about a plebiscite, which has been highly divisive, highly destructive, and has found really little support from unionists in Northern Ireland. We all have a duty to work the Good Friday Agreement. It's a duty that I, as one of 166 TDs, take very seriously, but it's an equal duty that Sinn Féin share, and one that I look forward to their reflections on tonight. Thank you.